Hey guys, welcome back. I'm FilthyRobot. Our party survived. we managed to kill the Red Brands, piss off the innkeeper, and survive the fight. And we're gonna pick up basically right after the fight. We talked her down a little bit. Some of our more guilty, easily manipulated party members have paid him off, and some of us have stood strong in our morals of not wasting money. And here we are. So let's get to it.
Okay,
Alright.
so you guys step out of the inn, or the tavern, out of Grista's earshot. Presumably is where you would like to talk.
Yes.
Oh, okay. There's some talking you want to do before dragging bodies up.
Yeah, we can. You guys are gonna drag the bodies. That's fine. I'm not doing any part of that. This woman has annoyed me. I felt like I went out of my way to be reasonable with her, and she has been quite rude.
She's a dwarf. She's always going to be pissy no matter what you do.
I don't know that about dwarves. I've met nice
You've
dwarves.
never met a dwarf before?
Dwarves in my travels have been reasonable. Not every dwarf is unreasonable and pissy. So,
Alright.
alright.
I think the question we to answer is, what are we going to do with these bodies? Are we just going to leave them out in the open to make a statement?
I mean, we're not going to do anything with them right now. So right now it's just don't leave them in the center of our tavern, just as a slight kindness. And then we go off and do some short rest, and then we go to the manor like we were planning. And like based on how the manor turns out, we can decide to like go to the mayor and be like, "Hey, mayor, sorry about this. We got rid of the Red Brands," or not even the mayor, just anyone, and be like, "Hey, can the townsfolk like deal with this because we like kind of saved your town from being subjected to them." So like the townsfolk will probably be the ones to deal with it in the long run. But for now,
No,
Yeah.
I meant the bodies.
that's what I'm
As in
talking
the
about.
bodies.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The bodies.
So during the time when you're resting, we're just going to leave the bodies outside of a tavern, I suppose.
Or we could hide them, I guess, if you want. But yeah.
What would it be like?
I mean, people are going to know about this. Anyone that comes over here is gonna see the ruckus, so I don't see any reason to hide them, honestly.
I say, as I see you guys discussing this, I walk over to William and I say, William, perhaps the young dwarf seems to appreciate you a bit more than me. Perhaps you could suggest that she keeps this to herself at least until tomorrow in the morning, maybe 9 or 10 a.m. Keeps it to herself to give us some time to act with this, and ask if she would prefer we put these out the back of her tavern or on the front, or where she would prefer you move the bodies.
Yeah, if we are going to like behind the turn or somewhere hide the bodies, I can try to ask her if she can do this for us at least.
I don't think she's going to want to move
She's
the
not
bodies.
going to.
No, I mean like if
She'll
like,
keep her mouth shut until at least 9 or 10 in the morning.
yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Anyway, my point is, there is a case for leaving it right out in the open. It's a signal to the townspeople that something is done and can be done about the Red Brands.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Just like toss them all into the town square.
The red brand on them it's a patch of clothing, like a strip on their arm. All right, I will.
So they all seem to be wearing fairly uniform clothing, sort of leather armor, a red cape of sorts, a red armband. Yeah.
Okay. May I borrow your knife for a moment, Aust?
Sure, hand him a dagger.
And I cut the red armband off each of the corpses, and have you guys moved them out yet? So we're moving them to the front, right?
Sure.
Okay, I'll wait till
I think for now.
I'll wait till they move them out, and then I'll cut the armbands off each of them and put them in a pile, a clearly marked kind of pile next to the corpses. And
The armbands?
then I'll hand the armbands, and then I'll hand the knife back to Aust.
Okay. Does anything happen when we do this? Wait, unless we're not going to do that. Like, does anyone have any other objection?
Not objection to that, but meanwhile you are like doing this, I want to talk to Grista about the matter that we just talked.
Cooperate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you head back inside?
Yeah.
All right.
Back to inside to Krista, and I'm sorry, but can I ask you just that? Can you keep it for yourself, the matter that just happened tonight, for at
Keep my
least?
mouth shut.
Exactly. Yeah. Just to be quiet for a while about this. Don't, like, if everyone is going to ask, don't tell them that this happened. We will hide for now the bodies, and it's like we need a little more time.
Okay.
Just
Roll me a
so-
persuasion check.
Okay.
Says. Oh, wait. Says. Aye. I'll keep my mouth shut for now. But it's not going to take long before people start noticing anyway.
Yeah, we are aware of that. It's just only for a few hours in the morning.
Do whatever you like. She says in a sort of like, I don't really give a fuck what you do sort of way. But you're
I just
fairly
want-
confident that she's not going to be blabbing too much.
That's probably good enough.
Okay, thank you for that. And I will go outside. And the thing that you just said, yeah, I thought we were going to move at least the bodies somewhere, so they are not out in the open, like somewhere like behind. So it's not
Sinta
easy
had a
to
really
see them.
interesting suggestion that by leaving them there, it would make a statement to the townsfolk and the other red brands that this is over. And I think Aust and I were quite taken by the idea.
Right. So that when the townsfolk wake up, they'll be like, "Oh, wow, someone's doing something about those jackasses." They'll like be empowered.
As opposed to, oh, look, a mass murderer is loose in our town.
What I had like in mind was to move it like somewhere it's not that easy to see. Like, of course, they will notice it sooner or later, but like not immediately in front of the building.
If some other red brands come by in the time that it takes us to take a short rest, then just shit happens.
Perhaps you could ask her if she had a tarp or some canvas. You could throw it over the corpses until morning if you really are that worried about it, Ricky. Sorry, William.
That
But they will-
defeats the purpose. It has to be one or the other.
I agree.
That's not gonna.
You can't display them and hide them.
Well, they'd be displayed once they were revealed, but they might not be revealed immediately.
Okay.
The message was really
ask
clear
her-
once it was opened.
Right. Okay. So ask her, hey, can we borrow a tarp to put over these guys for like 3 hours, and then could you take the tarp off?
I don't think she
if
has to
you
do the
want-
grand reveal.
If you want, you
It's
can
okay.
do this for yourself. I am not gonna ask for that.
All right. Well, I wish to, we're fighting multiple heads of the same beast here. I would like to cut off the other head if possible before it has a chance to realize it's under attack and harm us. Perhaps we could, take a moment to tend to our wounds and then head for the manor.
Everybody roll me perception checks. Killing it, guys. Killing it.
On Kuthla. Oh god.
All right.
Natural 1, easy stuff.
Come on.
It's
Kuthla,
really-
you're-
it's really
you're
kind of-
here for the perception. You're here for the perception.
It's really
It's
kind
dark,
of
guys. It's fucking dark.
Wouldn't our passive perception be the ones? No.
I'm just annoyed. I'm thrown off my normal kind of centered self. This woman has really gotten under my skin. No.
Hey man, I'm not. I totally don't mind the way the rolls have been going so far because we've made it out of that without too much hassle. So
Okay, so Sully, what happens with torches that I use for 1 minute? Are they get consumed, or can I relight them, or how does it work?
They're consumed.
Okay, I'll douse my torch, and
All right.
I'll say to the others, "Where shall we head?"
where do you guys want to take this brief respite? Off in the woods or?
Perhaps on maybe the woods just outside the manor.
Okay, like just northwest of the manor.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. You want to lead the way?
Oh yeah, because you guys can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then off we go.
It's quite dark out. Where you want to
Alright.
ping where we're headed?
I'll take the rear.
I assume you're headed to those woods, which are just
Okay.
to
Cool.
the west of the manor. All right, okay, and you're taking your. So, are you doing anything with the bodies at this point?
Well, we moved
They're
them
just
onto.
stacked up front.
We move them out.
We moved
Stack
them
them on the
out,
porch.
Yep.
basically.
We're
Yeah.
using Aust's typical
Yeah.
method for dealing with corpses. We display them on on porches, stacked nicely.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you guys go to the woods there, and you take an hour for a short rest. How many hit die are you guys choosing to use?
Can we like roll some of them and then decide if we want to roll more?
Yeah, you can roll them one by one.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna.
I'm not
Okay,
going
then
to
I'm
spend
just gonna
any hit
start.
dice, but I will just take a moment to meditate.
Yeah.
Alright.
I will need it for my channel divinity, so I will just
Sinta, you're
rest
recovered
because of
3.
that.
Just click hit die on your character sheet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That one
Okay,
adds
yep.
to your Constitution modifier, though.
It does add your Constitution modifier.
Oh, okay. Wait. So you do get your Constitution modifier when you use a hit die for each
Yes.
one, or you don't? Okay,
Yes,
you do.
you do. So, Sinta, you're only rolling one?
He used
Well, I'll roll one more. Just one
Alright.
more.
Yeah, I'll roll one more too.
Okay. So I'm down to 1 hit die.
Okay, so Aust, you used 3 hit die, right?
Yep.
You recovered 11, 19 HP.
Yes.
Alright. William?
Before we...
Oh, wait. William, are you using any hit die?
no, I am full HP, but I use the short rest for the channel divinity. I don't need
Right.
to.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought
So-
you took 6 damage somewhere. Or was that Aust?
I
know
think
I
it,
took a bunch.
I think Aust and Sinta just got hit.
Okay.
There weren't many that attacks directed towards William.
Okay.
As William noticed.
Tanking's about positioning. Like, if you're in melee with someone squishier, you're going to attack the squishy target, right?
Yep.
Yep.
You've got to be the only guy. You've got to be the only option. Okay. Or be a barbarian. They're going to attack a barbarian. Because they have low AC. Alright. So, Gal, tell me what you're doing.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor before we rest. And then, because of Arcane,
Recovery.
the Arcane Tradition, Arcane Recovery, I'm going to get one spell slot back.
Okay. Can you... How many spell slots do you currently have? Because you
I'm at
use
2 out.
sleep, you use... Because your character sheet... Oh, okay.
No,
I see.
It was I used sleep at level 2.
Yeah.
And
You use Tasha Sidious Laughter.
yep, and now Mage Armor, so it's 2 out of 4 and 1 out of 2. I don't know, when you clicked on it, it changed back to its original value. I don't know why.
I didn't click on anything.
I don't know. It suddenly it was correct on my end, but it suddenly jumped. It changed. The numbers changed again.
But wait, you use 2 level 1 spell slots and 1 level 2 spell slot, right?
Yep.
So you recover 1 level 1 spell slot.
I think you can do 2.
No.
Because it's spell slots combined equal to or less than half your wizard level rounded up. So half of 3 rounded up is 2, right?
Yeah, so it's either I recover level 2 spell or 2 level 1 spells.
Okay. And
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So which do you choose?
Level 1.
Alright, so you have 3 level 1 spell slots and 1 level 2 spell slot.
No, now I have 4 level 2 spells and 1 level 2. Oh, 4 level 1 spells and 1 level 2. I used 2
Okay,
level.
so you're recovering 2 level 1 spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just... You're at 1 level 2 spell slot, right?
Yep.
Alright, cool. That's fine. So you guys recover any short rest resources. I think for Kuthla, that's key points you get back.
Yep.
Channel Divinity. Rogue doesn't have any class resources. Yep. Okay, cool.
I'm going to cast Dark Vision on myself. So I'm going to, as I'm meditating, I'm going to take that moment and I'm going to focus my senses and I'm going to increase my eyesight temporarily.
All right. So that's after the long rest,
Yes.
the short rest.
Yep.
All right, that's 2 key points that costs.
Yes.
That'll be.
Is there a toggle on his thing, on his little token for that?
Yes.
No, but I can turn it. It's not a toggle, but I can turn it on.
Okay.
I can do it on I do it on the sheet as well, but there is one on it. I mean, I don't know.
No,
out of
it means for the token to actually give you
Oh,
dark
I see.
vision.
I see.
Like,
Right.
yes, I can do that.
I just want to make sure I couldn't do this. I'm like 90% certain I couldn't, but just in case I could, I can't like. I don't recover these one at a time over the course of a rest. It's all or nothing, right? I can't like recover one, then cast the
It's
spell.
all at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
This is always the fact for resting is any resources recovered is always at the end, and if it's interrupted, you don't get anything.
Yeah.
All right. Mage armor you cast before, right?
Yep.
For the last 8 hours.
Yep.
All right. So that's at that time. Okay, cool. So you've got 8 hours of mage armor, or I guess 7 hours of mage armor left, and 8 hours of dark vision left.
Yep.
But I've got that. That's fine. Okay, cool. So you guys take this short rest, and it's still very late
Like
night.
3 a.m. ish. Yeah.
A little later than that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the plan then is to find out what is up the manor. We're assuming that the other head of the beast is up there.
Yeah. We know. Well, we know he's up there, right? Isn't the man? I mean, unless I'm misremembering what was said, and I don't think I am. But let me just clarify. My understanding is the paymaster is residing up there, and that is not the man we just dealt with. Although he seems to have been fairly well off in terms of his members here. But the man who's funding the red branch
No,
should be up there.
Cole, who we killed, is the money man.
Oh, he is. You're certain of this?
Yes. That was what we were told. Money man Cole sits in the sleeping giant from Darren.
Then who was it who we know about in the manor?
We were told that they may be that the red brands are using the cellars in the ruins, the burnt manor, which is in ruins.
Okay. Well,
So
let's
anyone
check
in
it out
particular?
anyways, just in case there's more of them.
Yep, I agree.
All right.
And the like hole that Pip found was probably like a back entrance to the cellars, but we're just going to go in through the front since we can't get Pip right now.
Okay.
As I will say to Aust, these men may not be bandits, but they behave very much like bandits. In approaching a bandit's lair, I would be wary of traps. Perhaps you can help me look. I will just be paying extra attention myself as I approach.
Sounds good.
Who has the highest passive perception? It would be Kuthla, right?
Yep.
Definitely.
I guess.
Ironically, who now has dark vision.
Yes. Ironically, there's no irony about that.
Definitely planned.
Well, up until this point, you definitely didn't have the highest passive perception at night. But you hear, you don't actually see it at this point, but you hear a rustling, from the west.
Where
just
are
as
we
you
now?
guys are kind of discussing about what to do here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're still in our little,
You're
like, camp.
here-ish. You're still in your little camp thing, yeah.
Okay. I just hear rustling. That's it.
Yeah, a little bit of rustling.
But it's notable. It's different than the sounds the forest is making. Enough that it calls my attention to it.
It calls your attention.
Okay,
I
immediately say, "Wait a moment! Shh! Do you hear that?" to the group, and then I will. I want to investigate the source of this noise.
All right.
And I would like to try to creep up on it if possible.
Okay. Well, as you kind of like stand up and say this to everybody, a person actually emerges.
Yeah.
Not trying to hide. Quite clearly in plain sight. She's wearing some like just comfortable clothing, like cloths and stuff like that. And she has very red hair. And you can see the creepings of a tattoo, like half moving or half crawling up her neck. And she says to you, "Well, you lot seem quite adept at dealing with the scum in town."
Yeah, we do. Who are you?
Well, it's a shame you didn't come to visit me earlier. I would have perhaps paid you in order to do this, but that's fine. If you like doing things for free, that's no problem by me. But my name is Halia Thornton. I own the local miners guild here. I operate it.
And how did you find us out in the woods?
Oh, I saw you on the road. You're not the most subtle bunch.
So,
far be it from me to keep secrets, but I've taken a bit of a vested interest in you since you've been in town.
So, like you were awake when you saw us go out. So you must have been around, right?
Oh yes, I don't sleep that much these days.
It's just a human, right?
She seems to be just human, yeah.
Okay.
And she is carrying a small, like, covered hooded lantern as well.
So, can we do something for you? Is there any reason why you decided to
perhaps there is, actually.
Join us?
I have as much of an interest as anybody in getting rid of the Red Brand scum from this town. Perhaps a more active interest than some of the others are willing to admit.
Excellent.
I have a bit of a proposition for you, as it were.
Yeah, listening.
We're listening. We like propositions.
I've
Especially
been
late at night
conducting
from beautiful women.
Very subtle. But I'm afraid you're not really my type.
I laugh as I say that. I'm clearly just teasing. And not weirdly. I don't know if I was. Yeah. Anyways.
Says to you, I'm willing to pay you were you to acquire some items from inside the manor for me.
Sounds good, and we're headed that way soon.
Wonderful.
I kind of perk up a little bit when I hear items. So, what type of items are you after?
Nothing terribly difficult or out of your reach, or even particularly illegal. I'm just looking for some kind of correspondence that appears to tie the Red Brands to some other group or anything like that.
You suspect they were a puppet for someone else, then?
I have been here longer than you have, and that is exactly my suspicion. So, any correspondence you were able to find, I would happily pay you.
I'm sorry, what is your name once more?
Halia Thornton.
Alia.
Alia.
Alia, we have just a bit of an issue in that the corpses of the Red Brands are currently parked on the porch of the building that we fought them in. Is it possible you might be able to hide that, at least temporarily, or perhaps smooth it over with the mayor? I know this is ultimately for the good of the town, but murder is still murder.
Hang on a second. Just spell it for you.
Oh, Halia.
Says,
thank you.
yeah, not to worry about the corpses. Should be easy enough to deal with. And she says this to you with a bit of a wry grin.
So what are these documents worth to you?
I'd be willing to pay you somewhere in the region of 80 gold for them.
I'd like to get a sense if she is trying to sell us a little bit short, or if this is like an opening salve of bargaining, perhaps. I'm just trying to get a sense of what she thinks the value of this is and what she's trying to do when she's talking to me with this number. Does that make sense?
Okay, roll insight.
Okay.
Or, yeah, okay, I said roll insight. All right. It appears to be an opening of a bargain, so to speak, but she's not lowballing you. Like, she's trying to tempt you to do it. It's a decent offer, and whatever it's worth isn't worth much more than what she said.
Okay. I say, why don't we make that a round 100 gold, and I think we might be able to make a deal.
Roll me a persuasion check. Says to you, let's cut the difference and call it 90.
I'm defeated by such bargaining, and I say, so be it. 90 it is.
All right.
And I turn to the group and says, is this everyone any problems with this? I could certainly use the cash.
We're headed there anyways.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
So, Halia, since you have an interest in getting rid of the red brands, can you tell us any more information about them since you've been here for so much longer?
Well, yes, my dear, I can. There are not all that many of them in the manor, but perhaps more stealthy approach would go better.
Do you, we've heard some talk of what might be a hidden entrance. Do you know anything about this?
I'm afraid I don't know anything about a hidden entrance as such. I haven't done much investigating of the manor itself myself, but I've seen the red brands come and go, and it seems what attracted your attention this afternoon was that woman screaming.
Yes, that did worry William somewhat.
I'm sure, and her gaze falls upon William. Well, then I'm sure you'd be more heartbroken to learn that in your decision to move out of town, the inaction caused her son to chase after her into the tavern and was also captured. Both of them were taken to the manor earlier today.
Oh, so it's possible that they are there at the moment.
More than likely, if not dead inside.
Do you know what they're doing to people in the manor? Like,
as I said, I have not investigated it myself.
We were told earlier that regularly Red Brand would visit the mining guild. What is your relationship with them exactly?
My relationship with them is tenuous at best. They know I have an interest in them, and they try to intimidate me, but for the most part, I'm able to hold my own. It's not like the Miners Guild gets a whole lot of coin flowing through its veins these days.
Do you know how they're getting their funding, apart from extorting people in town?
All right, guys, let's keep like one focus of conversation at a time, right? Because like you guys are flipping like every time someone gets a new question.
I'm thinking, man. I'm trying to think.
I know, but just like let one person follow a line of questioning through, and then pursue a different line of questioning.
Gotcha.
Right?
I didn't have anything to add, so
it's okay. So how did what? Sorry, go.
Do you know how they're getting their funding, apart from extorting people in town?
Well, this is the sort of correspondence I'm looking to have you find and pay for.
If we need to meet you up, see you again, will you be at the Miners Guild then?
Most of the time, yes.
Are you the owner?
I am the guild master, yes.
Excellent. Then any correspondence we'll find, we will come to see you there.
At this Sinta, you see there's a sort of movement under her sleeve, It's like a long red sleeve that she's wearing. Very different from the colors of the red breasts, but it's much more of a maroon than a crimson. And like she pulls the sleeve up, and there's a snake coiled around her arm with wings.
As a tattoo or an actual snake?
An actual snake, like with wings.
With wings?
With wings. And she brings it
With
up
wings?
and she like gives it a not like an actual kiss, but sort of a mock kiss to it. And then it like reverts and crawls back up to her shoulder.
It's fascinating. What can I take a closer look at that? Then
Kinky.
You may not.
It's that what I think it is. Can I roll a nature check to see if I know what it is?
Sure.
I think I know what it is, but I'm trying not to metagame.
It's called a flying snake.
It's called a snake with wings.
It's literally called a flying snake.
Excellent.
Okay. Do I know if these are rare?
Wait, as rare as a normal snake, I guess. Like maybe a bit rare.
Wait.
It depends on where you live, right?
It's common
like,
for
I've never seen
animals to
before.
just randomly have an extra pair of wings, and that's just common in the world.
Common as magic.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Well,
If nobody else is having any question, may I just ask, because you said that you are trying to be more active to do something with these guys. Is it just going to be some like only gold from you, or is it possible to gather like some people to help us doing something with the red brand?
What do you suggest?
Well, we still don't know if it's like how many exactly is there, and we don't know how they will act after they find out that we killed some of their folks. And it's like we don't know if they are going to start attacking the village or whatever. So I'm just like, I'm not sure what the villagers would do if they would just go and start asking them and maybe beating them because they won't know anything. So is it possible to gather some people and maybe try to drive them out and just like to put some resistance?
Rally support.
That is why I am talking to you now.
Yeah, we are willing to help, but we also need. It's like we can't do everything on our own.
I
have faith in your abilities.
I look very confused. My assumption is that William is trying to bargain harder for a deal we've already made.
No, William's
No,
trying
I'm not bargaining for money. I'm just saying, is it possible to get some other help than money, than just money? It's like if they are willing to also like fight for their town.
Well, what do you want me to supply you an army?
No, I don't mean army, but if there are some people that are capable of fighting.
I was under the impression Paladins of Bahamut were full of confidence. You are certainly a unique one. I'm afraid I do not speak for the representatives of the town. If you're wishing to drum up support for yourself, then by all means ask around. Although, by the looks of the sounds of your interactions with Grista over there, I don't know how receptive they're going to be of that. Maybe proof of deeds first.
It would go a long way to improving our relationships with the town folk if we could solve this problem for them. Again, I think the sooner we do this, the better. At least half of their forces know about this now. It'd be good to move on. I think. Halia, thank you very much for bringing this to our attention, and I think we would like to pursue our business interests with you. But for the moment, we maybe should get to the task at hand.
Very well. Before I go, call this mark of faith, and she reaches into her bag and like pulls out a glass vial with a red liquid in it and presents it to you. Perhaps if one of you stumbles and bloodies your nose, then this might come in use.
This
Sure.
is a healing potion. I take it. Hell yeah.
It is indeed a healing potion.
And do I notice that it looks, by chance, similar to the other 2 red vials we have picked up?
Well, like the vials themselves are different. What's your insight modifier?
My insight
Or your
modifier
investigation
is...
modifier, sorry. Investigation.
Yeah, I sure don't go for insight. My investigation modifier is -1.
Okay. The liquid is slightly more viscous. The one that you received. It's a slightly different shade, like they're both red, but it's a slightly different shade of red.
Okay.
And the files are very much different shapes.
Okay. Who does she hand this to?
She just presents it to the group.
I'll
Just add it to group loot.
well, something. I think gold would be fine in group loot. I think healing potions are probably not okay in group loot because you're gonna
I
have.
Well,
think
someone
that-
has to have it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Aust or Sinta, one of them should have it.
Who is
I-
going to take it from her hand? She's
I will
currently
take
holding
it. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was asking while you're
That's
handing
fine.
someone. I'll take it from her hands.
All right.
Don't mark it down as a healing potion yet, though. Like, we'll investigate it more later.
No, that one is a healing potion, unless you don't trust her.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't trust her. Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you want to insight check, you can insight check if you want.
Well, no, if you want to just mark it down as a healing potion, that's fine.
I do.
Like, if
Yep.
Solely says mark it down as a healing potion, then
I
it's
do.
a healing potion.
Yep. Okay. I'm taking it. Sold. All right. So I thank her, and then I say, "What's before first light? Let's go."
Yes, the sooner the better. Thank you for your help, Halia. We'll see you soon.
Anytime. And with that, she douses her lantern and like walks off into the woods, slowly, carefully.
Okay.
But yeah.
Right. So I think we want to approach the manor.
Stealthily.
Is there?
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm assuming that the like trail to go up the front is like real easy to go up, but if we were to like try and climb the rocks like around the back of it, then it would be difficult to do.
Not super difficult. It might take a bit longer. But it's not like sheer cliff faces or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just like uneven ground, which is fairly steep,
Okay.
but not unscalable at a slower pace.
Okay, is there any reason then why you guys think we shouldn't just go around the back?
I mean, what's the distance? Is it if I do the map stuff on this? Is the map distance actually gonna? No, it's not 10 foot, for example. So, what is the actual distance, Sully?
I mean, it's not far, like, to get around. It's maybe, like, couple hundred feet, something like that.
Okay, then yeah, I think for that it's probably worth spending a small amount of extra time then to not be approaching directly up the path.
Right.
Okay, then yes, I would like to. I ask Aust, shall we just take a quick look to see if anything's there, or shall we move as a group? I think there is some merit to one person moving up ahead. It's much more difficult for any watching eyes to detect a single person than a party. And perhaps we could find an approach that is relatively safe.
Yeah, that's fine. I imagine we would stay in the woods until we got around to the back, and then like maybe come out one at a time. Do the whole one person who goes forward, looks around.
How clear is the night tonight, Sally? Is there a moon out?
No, there's no moon out. It seems to be a cloudy night.
Cloudy nights. Okay.
You can kind of see the moon glow, but it's behind clouds.
Okay.
And we can't see any light. Well, if we were to go to the edge of the forest and look up there, we wouldn't be able to see any light in the manor.
You cannot see any light.
Okay.
You guys, from your gazes at the manor during the day, know that it's a ruin. And that is not presumably where people live, but in the basement underneath the manor is where
Right.
you're told they reside.
Okay.
Then stay in the forest, go around the back until the forest breaks.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you guys go around to the back of the forest. It takes you about half an hour to get around there, to where you think is a good place to start scaling, and then it takes you a little bit longer to actually get up the cliffs, up to the manor itself. But all right, give me 1 second. Just gonna put your where are you guys? William, Aust, Kuthla, Sinta. Alright, just give me a second. Alright. And Kuthla, I'm just going to add dark vision to your token so you can see.
Cool.
It's 60 foot, if I recall, right?
Yes.
Okay, you should be able to see now, yeah?
Nope. I just have, unless there's some weird part of the map that I'm not. Is it a huge map and I'm possibly scaled to the wrong portion of it? Yes.
Yeah, bottom right.
Yeah, got it. I can see. Yes, thank you.
Cool.
I know William can't see anything, right?
Oh, I can see there are some torches, so...
Oh, okay. So we get up to the ruins and we look around and we find the cellar door and we decide there's no traps and then we go down into the cellar.
Is that where
Right.
we're supposed to be?
The doors are actually open.
okay.
So they open into a 5-foot wide landing, which is 15 feet above a large cellar. There's stone steps descending to the floor in 2 short flights, which sort of wrap around the room. There's another door standing beneath the stairs to the north. All right, so I'll point that out here. So I'll ping you on the map there.
Okay.
That's a door which appears to lead that way.
Does it open
underneath
towards us or in?
You don't. You need to go there and look.
Okay. And that's like underneath the stairs,
And
right?
straight ahead of you, what you can see is a large stone cistern. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
No other exits to this room that we can see?
so you can see there's a door here.
Yep.
There's a door here.
Okay.
Stealthily, while looking for traps, move forward.
Okay, what's your perception modifier?
+1.
All right, okay, good to know.
I'm doing the
All
exact
right.
same.
So you guys are all moving stealthily?
I am.
I also want to.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Aust. All right, Kuthla, what's your stealth modifier?
5.
All right. William, your disadvantage. Okay. Sinta.
2.
All right. Okay. As you guys are like moving along, William appears to be making quite a lot of noise. It can't really be helped though. So I mean, do you guys do anything or say anything?
I don't think so. I mean, it might be a good idea for William to hold back some. But I think we should just
Oh, and
continue.
by the way, there's a torch here as well, which I think you guys can see.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I will just stay a little bit. I will follow Aust, but I will stay like 10-15 feet behind him. So,
Okay.
so I'm not making that much commotion around.
All right.
All right. I motion to. You probably can't see me, right?
Sinta, no, you won't be able to.
I'm not talking about Sinta. I'm talking about William. Can William see me
Oh.
right now? That's
Well, you can see it's lit. Like
Okay.
there's a
I
torch
motioned
guns
for
here.
him to stop just a second.
Okay.
Like, hold up. And then I move to the door. And I want to try
Okay.
to listen if I can hear anything behind the door.
All right. What's your perception modifier?
5.
5. All right. When William stops moving, it's pretty damn quiet behind that door. Yeah.
Okay. Can I detect any? Is the door? Can I detect? I want to search the door for any obvious like traps, like needles, things like this that I can see on the that might be found on the outside of it.
Okay, I'll say that's part of the same perception check. You can't see any traps as such, and the door appears to open inwards towards you guys.
All right, I'm gonna try the handle. Is it locked?
Doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay. I'm gonna motion for William to move forward again.
Okay. Slowly moving after Aust.
Okay. I'm waiting for you to get a little bit closer to me.
Oh. Yeah. I thought it was like that I'm going to stand
not one tile.
way back behind Aust, but you want me to come to. So, okay, I'm
starting to get exasperated. All right, when he gets to there, I will. I'm going to open the door.
Okay. All right. So you should be able to see now, yeah?
Okay.
We should check the rest of this room first.
We can see the rest of the room.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
There's another door.
I presume you guys are mostly speaking in hushed tones, yeah?
Yes,
yes. I'm
definitely.
trying to keep it down. I say to him...
Just know that the more you speak,
Yep.
the more you likely are to be detected, right?
I don't want to be surprised if we encounter them from ahead. I don't want them also encountering us from behind. I would prefer to pursue one route rather than two simultaneously.
okay. So after Kuthla opens the door, I want to ask, like, what do you see in there?
Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. And I scoot forward. And can I see anything in this room? No.
Not as far as
How well lit is the room?
This room is not lit at all.
Okay, so okay. In which case, then...
So this is on your dark vision, so you know how it looks like really dim.
Oh,
right?
I see. Okay, but for the rules for the light stuff, like this stuff counts as partially obscured, so I can attempt to hide in partially obscured terrain, correct? With that's low light and darkness are partially obscured, right?
If the other thing doesn't have dark vision, yes.
Okay, I'm going to attempt. I want to stealthily. Then I want to creep, like poking my head around corners as creepily and slowly as I can. If that makes sense.
Okay. What's your stealth modifier?
5.
All right. Yeah, you killed it. So you kind of like very quickly poke and like get a good view of things, so you can move yourself up that square to see what you see.
Is there any? There's no doors. This is just this room just ends at the end there. Is that what I see?
The end are doors. It's a set of doors.
Oh, it's a set of double doors. Okay. All right. I will come back and I will get as close as I can, and I will whisper to them. It's a corridor. It seems to be pretty devoid of anything except at the end there's 2 large double doors. I say we check out this other door, see where that leads. It seems to be headed in roughly the same direction. Okay. Then I'm going to repeat roughly the same thing then. I'm going to head over.
Close that one first.
Yeah, okay. I'll close the door that I came from. And then I will head to this door. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to have William hold still. And I'm going to listen against
I'm
it
standing.
to see if there is anything coming from the other side.
Okay. For the most part with this one, no.
Okay.
Like maybe there's like a slight creaking sound, but that's it really. You're confused as to whether it's coming from the room or whether it's coming from William.
I glare at William, and then I'm
trying as hard as I can.
I'm gonna check the door again for any sorts of traps.
Okay. With that, you're fairly sure it's not trapped.
Okay. I gesture for them to come a little bit closer, and I will open this door.
And with that, we're going to take a break.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys.
All
See you
right.
soon.